ready. Please don't read the questions back to me. Just give the answer. If it is dentist, dentist. If it is momo, just go straight to the point. Okay? Right. Or you hear this bell. Once that bell goes, your answer is null and void. And you get a -1. Okay. So, the speed race is sponsored by Truster AI, your real world experience. We start with round 2, 30 seconds. A sample of fresh compost used in gardening contains 20.0% organic matter and 20% water by mass. What is the percentage of organic matter in the compost after it has been completely dried? Yes, St. James?
40%.
Incorrect. %. Okay. 30 seconds. How many grams of calcium chloride are in 0.600 decimeter cube of a 1.25 mole per decimeter cube solution? Yes, St. James Seminary.
83.3 grams.
That is correct. 30 seconds. Give the simplest ratio of coefficients of reactants and products in the same order as in the reaction. Butane plus oxygen. Yes, St. James.
2 is to 13 is to 8 is to 10.
Incorrect. Oxygen is to carbon monoxide plus water when balanced. Yes, Suhum Presby.
2 is to 9 is to 8 is to 10.
Yes, that's correct. 10 seconds. One name is given to the condition in which there is a decrease in bone mass. Yes, Mankessim SHTS.
Osteopenia.
Osteopenia. Incorrect. In which there is decrease in bone mass and mineral density. Okay, osteoporosis. Okay. 10 seconds. One name is given to the occurrence of patches or streaks of different colored tissue in a plant organ, usually a leaf or petal. So it's known as variegation. Okay. 10 seconds. Which pair of ribs are known as the vertebral ribs? Mankessim SHTS.
True ribs.
Incorrect. Yes, Suhum Presby.
The false ribs.
Incorrect. The 11th and 5th rib pairs. "30 seconds. Solve for x given the expression 2x minus 3 raised to the power x plus. Mankessim SHTS.
X equal 2 or x equal minus 2.
Yes. 30 seconds. 2 fair dice are thrown. Find the probability the total score is 6. Suhum Presby.
5/36.
Incorrect. Who? Mankessim. Yes.
5/36.
No. Okay, the total score is 6, and both scores are odd numbers. Yes, St. James?
1/18.
No. So, if total score is 6, right, we can have 5. But it says both are odd numbers. So, you have 1, 5, 5, 1, and 3, 3. So, that's 3/36, so 1/12. Yeah. 30 seconds. Find the solution set of the inequality 2x minus 3 all divided by x minus 1. Yes, Suhum Presby.
It to be 3 on 2. 3 on 2 less than x less than 1.
Incorrect. Less than 1. Mankessim SHTS.
This 2 less than x less than 1.
Incorrect. So it's the other way around. 1 less than x less than 2. Okay. 30 seconds. Find the RMS current in a 15 millihenry inductor at a frequency of 25 kilohertz when the RMS voltage across it is 24 volts. Okay, the answer is 0.010 ampere. 30 seconds. Find the linear thermal expansion coefficient of a polymer if the length of a 4.0 meter polymer sample increases by 0.26 millimeters when its temperature changes from 27 degrees Celsius to 52 degrees Celsius. Yes.
Just 2.6 by 10 raised to an exponent of negative 6 per Kelvin.
That is correct. The last question for round 2. Find the travel of a screw of diameter 6.0 millimeters and pitch 0.75 millimeters when it is turned through 720 degrees. Okay, the answer is 1.5 millimeters. That ends round 2.
Head of the contest, St. James Minor Seminary Senior High School cruised through to the quarterfinals. This is the speed race round, and St. James is actually doing extremely well. And the quiz mistress can best tell that St. James will eventually be seeded this year again, per the schools that St. James got: Mankessim, SHS, and Presby, Suhum. Like, you can see that this is a mere school for St. James. If you watch St. James Seminary Senior High School, their contest from the previous regionals that they did, you can see that the guys are really good. How they were answering the questions in the speed race, especially in the finals. As a Susek in Kaun, as a Notre Dame in Kaun, and at one other school, I think Becum Presby or something like that. As a Kaun, St. James were doing extremely well. I was so impressed. I was there live in Khaled, and Camel, Homeboy, and Age Man. They are all doing extremely well. And this is the speed race, the speed of light in the students, and how St. James are putting heat. I really love the heat that St. James are putting. At first, St. James were the first school to be in the WASI. After every WASI, they will top. But for National Science and Maths quiz, they will be saying, oh, we don't care, we don't practice, we don't take it into consideration, and all sorts of things. But now, the fathers and everything is knowing that taking the National Science and Maths quiz as part of your daily routine, as part of your chapel, as part of your day-to-day activities, then that's the right track. Now St. James are having tutors being trained, and now you see the results that they got. They are not done with the other rounds, but I can boldly say that per this speed race, St. James is through to the quarterfinals being seeded. A lot of schools were seeded yesterday. We have St. Thomas Aquinas, that's Tang. We have Presbyterian Boys Secondary School, the champions, having more titles in the National Science and Maths quiz. They also became seeded yesterday. We have Fantepin being seeded, or Prempre being seeded with 62 points, and this other beating St. Hubert Minor Seminary massively with 80 something points, and St. Hubert and Sewanya getting 24. That's so sad. Mankranso being seeded, and Ghana National being seeded. A lot of schools. Yesterday was, I think, 9 schools got seeded. Yeah, sure. And now they are through to the quarterfinals, waiting for the other schools today. And now St. James versus Mankessim versus Presby. Now St. James is through. Per this speed race, they've done extremely well. Great St. James. Great St. James. Are you going to emerge the winners of the National Science and Maths Quiz 2025? Or are you going to the final or semis, or I don't know. So it depends on your preparation and on the stage too as well. By the way, my name is Donuel. If today is your first time, thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and be sharing to your friends. This is my channel. I do post about National Science and Maths Quiz, riddles, and speed race. That's the most interesting part of the National Science and Maths Quiz. Subscribe and get notified. So we don't know. St. James. Ahontefo, St. James, the Saint. Shout out to all my boys, Camel, Mageman, and Homeboy. They've done extremely well. Thanks. Bye-bye.